Week 7 introduced an additional work and unexpected event for the mobile cancer screening project. As additional work, the project team has decided to move to a more automated system and wants all their computerized devices to be mobile in order to assist people in a larger clinic setting, like on weekend events or end-of-day events. All the data devices, including take-home literature, must be electronic to reduce issues with storage and increase the amount of space for other medical items. So electronic medical information that includes general screening information and a method for the user to input their information must be added to the project. Also, 2 days before the go live date, the mobile unit's MRI machine is broken and is in need of repair, and we are to determine how this will impact the project. So firstly, how will what you learn in this course modify our project plans? How will we modify our project plans based on what we learned in this course? In both the additional work and unexpected event scenarios, the most important function to work towards is aligning all stakeholders in a common problem and the problem resolution. In this course, we discuss some of the main conflict resolution techniques that a person can use, and those are collaborative problem solving, where all stakeholders from diverse backgrounds openly discuss their differences and expectations. The second is withdrawal and avoidance of compromising situations that are not constructive for project goals, which is important when you have a number of people who plan to do the same project work, but have differing opinions. It's important to pick which routes we want to travel and avoid any kind of negative or non-constructive conversation. And the third and last I want to discuss is smoothing, which is the emphasis agreements, or the emphasis on agreement rather than the differences in opinion with a project term. Of these techniques, these will all allow for the group to identify expectations and solutions to both the unexpected problem and the additional work that arose this week, which should hopefully lead towards a more successful project goal attainment. What types of updates will we make based on what we've learned in this course? The project timeline will need to be modified and updated as far as the completion dates, specifically with relation to the unexpected event. Without use of the MRI machine, acceptance testing and certifications cannot occur, and the go live date cannot be met without some heroics. The vendors will also need to be added to accommodate both the repair team needed for an unexpected event and for the additional work as new programs and software and information, especially security software, will need to be developed and added to our project timeframe. Some specifics made to the project plan include, or the updates include, key project stakeholders, which should be updated with the IT department or a representative of the IT department. An update to the Appendix 1, which is a breakdown of our WBS structure, and this will include the additional work steps that need to be added in the time frame for those to occur. A change request should be also completed, which is Appendix 2 in our project document, and a control log, a change control log, which is in Appendix 3, should also be updated. We're not necessarily needing a change request based on what we've decided to move forward with, which is to implement these changes after the project go live date. And we can do this because although our MRI machine is not functional, and although we don't have capabilities for a fully automated process, we still have underlying utilities that we can use until we get everything up to standard. Change request is not necessarily needed, but we can do or exercise that protocol just to have those formal conversations occur. Under the deployment plan, we'll need to update the week that we started the mobile unit delivery, which would be the go live date. We'll have to add additional week or however long it takes to get this upgrade done if we choose to delay that go live date. Section 1.10 is the request for proposal plan, and that should also be updated, which includes the additional scope added to, excuse me, the AT&T Business RFP, which will also include a software that the AT&T business can offer us for the automated update. And the unit specifications, purchase, and setup under Section 1.12 should also be updated with the additional work scope. The updated marketing statement on page 39 of our project document will be updated with the addition of digital pamphlets and patient information gathering software. What modifications do you think we should be made? And do these recommendations match our team's recommendations? So all the modifications previously mentioned should be made to ensure proper inclusion of the additional work details. Specifically, a formal change management plan should be conducted whether it's determined necessary or not, as I said. The process itself will, guide the project team into the discussion, and that is more important than actually doing the change control itself and its full value. This full value is going to be in gathering our stakeholders to have a formal discussion and come up with a formal plan and expectations. our unexpected event remediation, the project team will have to assign a Wilmington Hospital maintenance team or a staff member of that team to arrange for the MRI machine to be repaired by the equipment vendor. Since it broke down before a go live date, it's assumed that we still have that machine under warranty or the beginner's purchase warranty. Until the machine is repaired, we can be in the clinic's fully operational. The mobile unit clinicians can still enter patients within a clinic queue and do all the work that our mobile unit is able to, just without the MRI. If the patients do need an MRI to finish their examination, then we can schedule an MRI at a proximal area hospital depending on where the clinic is that day. And these MRIs can occur on a separate day. It doesn't have to be when the initial exams are performed. That way the patient can be released in a follow-up conversation, whether it's a virtual follow-up or a phone call, can occur with the patient, between the patient and the clinician once the MRI result is back. This intermediary action can be performed up until the MRI machine is repaired.